Yo, am I the only one on here? This fucking thing. have no idea how this sounds. Anybody? So everybody's abandoned me on this fucking thing. So let me try to figure out if there's anybody watching this shit. Bear with me.
Hey, it's Jake. Can you hear me?
You there?
Hey, what's up, dude?
What's going on, man?
You know.
I thought I was here alone.
Oh no, yeah. Joseph was like, "Hey, you should get onto the stream. Jake's alone." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah. So do you have the actual stream thing on here to see if anybody's watching this shit?
I mean, I can look it up. I'm sure there's somebody watching.
Okay, well, they have like 15 minutes, and I'm going to give an Ingve lesson.
Let's see here. Okay. Yeah, let's see here. Henrock Guitar says, "Hi, Jake."
Henrock, that guy just did an awesome cover of The Last Star. So.
Oh, it's that dude. I saw that on Instagram.
Yeah. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude. Good
I'm
shit,
not even
man.
gonna play it right now. It's not like shit.
Yeah. Witherfall fan page Brazil says, "Hello, hi, Jake."
What's going on, man? That guy's very cool, man. Everton. Shout out to Everton.
Eric Moscow, hopefully I said that right. If I didn't, I apologize. Says, "Great to see you, Jake."
What's going on, man? If anybody here has any questions with guitar,
he has a guitar in his hand. Now is the time to ask.
Yes, exactly.
Is that an original Stratocaster? What is that from? Looks
This is the Ingve duck model from Japan, the original Ingve signature. Yeah.
Nice.
From like the early 90s.
Is that the one that he used in that DVD where he was in Japan, where he made that with the orchestra?
I don't know, man. I think this is a killer guitar, though. I mean, it sounds like.
Are those fret scalped? Is that what I'm seeing?
They're scalped, yeah.
Oh, wow.
But this was like the Japanese version of it. So I'm not really quite sure. Maybe someone else can talk about it on there if they know more about Fender's history. But I guess this one, they originally did it in Japan. So, but yeah, it's fun to play. It's different with the scallop fret, you know?
Yeah. How is it? So is it worth it? Is it worth it? The scallop fret? Do you feel like?
The scallop fret is really more for like, you have more control over like your vibrato. This is like a really shitty tone I'm playing through on it. But anyways.
Okay, interesting.
You know, when you grab.
Yeah. Ingve does do a lot of vibrato.
Very wide too.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of shit.
Sven the Impaler says, "What's cracking, boys? I saw Ingve open for Dio back in the day."
Whoa.
Oh, that's crazy.
That's awesome, man. What tour was that? That would have been like, was it like 84, 85?
Yeah, it must have been, right?
Is that before?
Is that before Rising Force? No, that's like right the beginning of Rising Force.
Rising Force was 1984.
Oh, is it? 1984. Okay, yeah.
I think, yeah, 84, and then it was like, I think Marching Out was like 85 on it, and then Trilogy was like 86, I think. But the cool shit is also like the old Alcatraz stuff.
Right.
Yeah, Alcatraz, man, has some of the best Ingves playing. He was so young too, and full.
Oh yeah. What else did he do before Rising Force? Other than that, he did something else.
Well, he did. I think he did Steeler right?
Steeler. That's
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
Steeler was like
Steeler.
his first one, and then
His first one, yeah.
Alcatraz, and then yeah, all of then started his solo career. So
Yeah.
that's pretty badass, man, to see Yngwie and Dio together in one shot. Can't get wrong with that. I wish those guys would have actually done something together. That would have been cool. Besides that,
man, can you imagine? There's no way that would ever happen.
Yeah.
Like Yngwie and vocalists. Eric says, I saw you guys at Keep It True in Germany, and you ripped some Yngwie during the warm up.
What did I rip? Probably.
He said, "I'll see the light tonight if memory recalls." Yeah.
Fuck it. It's been a while. I think the last time I played that was Keep It True. Nice ears there, dude.
Yeah, that's a good catch. Yeah. Only Jake Dreyer would warm up with Yngwie.
Jesus, I wonder how that sounded.
Oh man. Hey, the chillin' San. You chillin', bro? His picture has a Spider-Man wearing a Scouter from Dragon Ball Z, and he's also wearing a Naruto headband. Nice. Just got from the Ashes prods. Jeff Scott says Jeff Scott Soto.
Oh, Jeff Scott Soto. Yeah.
Jeff Scott Soto released a new version of "Don't Let It End" from Marching Out with Dino as a guest. You guys should listen to it. The guys, the guitarist is really great too. Oh, I did see that. Yeah, I did see Jeff post that he released a new song. I didn't actually look into what the song actually was or anything like that. I just quickly skimmed through my feed. So I guess that's what it was. He released a new version of "Don't Let It End."
Oh, okay, cool. Well, when we're gonna play Prog Power with him, and he's doing a whole.
That's right. He's doing a Queen set, right?
Yeah.
I wonder how Adam Lambert feels about that. It has nothing to do with Queen, I'm guessing, right?
No, it's just his version of it.
Oh, okay. I actually know the guitar player that plays Queen, like not Brian May, but the guy who plays for Brian May.
Oh, really? Like Brian May has a like they have another guy up on with them.
Yeah,
I know that Queen did have they had like a licensed and authorized version of Queen that was like a huge big band, and I think actually Jeff Scott Soto sang for that, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. Yeah. No, I'm talking about the version of Queen that Adam Lambert.
Okay, so the actual real Queen.
Yeah. He Jamie Humphries. I don't know how it works exactly because sometimes Brian May does play, and I guess sometimes he doesn't. I'm not sure exactly what.
Oh, well, I think he's playing if it's Brian May on there.
Sorry, say that again.
I think he's always playing, so he's just backing him up. Like he probably.
Yeah, I guess maybe it's just backing him up, but yeah,
or like all those harmonies and shit they had going on. You know, Queen had fucking
right.
They had it was building chords. It was like 3 guitar players had to do it. So
yeah, that's true. Yeah. So maybe that's what it is. Yeah, but yeah, Jamie Humphries. He's I met him in my Euro trip that I did to Germany a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I met him there, and I had no idea. He's like, oh yeah, no, I play for Queen. I'm like, what do you mean you play for Queen? He's like, oh, I play with like Brian May. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Oh,
what?
well, Brian May has his own solo band and shit, so that's pretty cool.
No, it's
Brian May.
Actually, I don't know. He might be doing both. He might be doing both the solo thing and the Queen. I know for sure it's the Queen thing that he's doing. Well, he might also be doing the solo thing.
Anybody know anything about that?
Yeah, I guess I should have asked him when I was there more details, but let's see. Sven says, I'll be at Prague Power for sure. Got my hotel set up today, actually. Dude,
Awesome, man.
you know what's the biggest bummer about Prague Power for me?
It falls within the same day as NAMM.
Yes, they moved NAMM
Yeah.
to the same day. What the hell?
Yeah, no, I wonder why they're doing that on there. I mean, yeah, because Prague Power moved too from the fall to now
to
it's
the summer.
Yeah, early summer.
Yeah, June, the first week of June. First week of June, yeah.
It's the exact same days as NAMM.
Almost. I think I could basically do the first day of NAMM and that's it.
Oh wow. Well,
so that's better than nothing. But
yeah.
yeah. I mean, I'm not going to miss Prague Power.
Right.
NAMM happens every year. You know.
Well, except for last year.
Well, yeah. Except for last year, and I guess, yeah, and then next year's is getting moved, but yeah, no, NAMM's a pretty important time for me, so it's a bummer that I can't do all of it, but
like I never got into NAMM, man. Like,
oh, dude, because
I know because you're in like all the gear and shit, but for me,
well, that's also where all my business deals happen. Like, dude, like that's the thing about NAMM. Like, the people if you're going to NAMM and not literally there constantly doing business deals, then you're not really doing NAMM right.
Yeah, well,
I mean, you can go to NAMM to hang out with people. Obviously, you know, you can go to NAMM to hang out with your friends from all around the world, from bands. Like most likely your friends from different bands from around the world are going to be there, right? So you can go there just to hang out with them, but that's definitely not.
I think that's almost fucking 70% of it, though. There's a lot of people just go there for the hangs.
For sure. Oh, I mean, don't get me wrong. I every now and then, whenever I bump into somebody I haven't seen in like a year or two, I'm like, oh my god, what's up? But yeah, I go there pretty much completely like booked the entire time. Every hour is a meeting with the company to figure, to see how we can work together, or sometimes it's endorsements, sometimes it's like just business to business deals. Yeah, so and especially this NAMM, I was like really looking forward to it because I wanted to talk to a bunch of people about like software stuff and courses stuff, and and now I basically have to rely on Glenn to do that.
Yeah. Well, every deal I went to with NAMM was always just it's just a fucking bullshit. It's just talking, and I hate it.
Yeah, no, it's well, the real deals actually happen at the after parties. So usually the meetings you have during NAMM are just kind of like fluff until
They're
you
all
like
superficial, man. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's all exactly. All the meetings like during the actual show on the show floor is all superficial. What the goal is that you want to like actually set up a meeting with them like afterwards, like either at an after party or like a dinner or something. You have limited dinners you could do, right? So only the most important deals happen at dinners.
Yeah.
Every year it's always worked out, man. Like the amount of people and connections and deals and all that I've made over the years because of NAMM, it's insane, dude.
Yeah, well, everyone I've ever done is never ever like, I don't even know, never worked out. So to me, it's all bullshit.
Yeah, I mean,
the real part is just playing. Like, I always loved being on tour around NAMM because it gave me an excuse to not go to NAMM.
Oh man, dude, yeah, you gotta try it. Yeah, you could try a different approach or something. Especially for you, man. Like you would have a much easier time than most guitar players at NAMM.
Well, yeah, I mean, it was like I don't know. I can't remember the last time I went to it would have been 20, because I was on the road. So I guess it was 2019. Yeah.
I think 2019. I remember seeing you there at 2019.
Yeah, 2019.
We hung out with Garrett Peters a little bit.
Yeah, we went and saw Anthony's thing too. I remember. Yeah, right. So that was 2019. Damn.
Bass Bash. Yeah.
Yeah. We have any questions going on here? How many people are
let's see here. Henrock Guitar says, "Is there any chance you will tour through Germany after the shows with Evergrey got canceled now?"
Well, we're working on it, man. We want to get
Yeah.
out to Germany. Germany's like our one of our best markets, so
Yeah.
we definitely want to get out there and do it. And I love going to Germany too, man. I like shit. I've done probably majority of my touring playing all over Germany. So yeah, we love it. We want to get out there, man. We're waiting for the opportunities to come, and then also with the pandemic bullshit, it's kind of difficult too to actually do a full-fledged European tour. So
Yeah.
it'll happen though. It'll happen for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why they keep getting postponed, right? It's unfortunately out of our hands.
Yeah, I want to meet Henrik, man. That guy's bad.
Yeah. I would love to meet everybody. From the Ashes says, "You have a company, Alex question mark?" Yes, I do. It's called Spectre Digital. You can go to it, spectredigital.com. We sell plugins for like audio production, and we have courses as well for, well, really anything music related. The courses are my good friend Jake over here just finished shooting a course with me, actually, like
not one.
couple weeks ago. So yeah, if you guys want to learn lead guitar from the one and only Jake Dreyer, we have the course for you soon.
Yeah,
next month, I think, sometime next month.
It's a lot better than this half-assed version right now.
Yeah, it's way better. Dude, I'm filming Anthony's course next week.
Yeah, Anthony Crawford's gonna do one too. His email's not working on it. I know. So
yeah.
But yeah, well, that's gonna be killer, man. Anthony's one though is like pretty like it's for like he said because all rock bass players suck that he's doing one that's gonna keep rock bass players at it.
Yeah. Right. I told him the bar is really low with bass players in rock and metal. So basically treat them like children. So that's basically what he did. Yeah. So he says, I don't know, he says he thinks he can bust it out in 2 days. I told him I was like, I thought that, and then it took me we barely finished half of Jake's in 4 days. So
yeah, half the whole deal. It's only part one coming out.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. But next week we will finish. We'll film his course, and we should be able to finish it. We have up to 4 days if it's needed. So.
Okay. Yeah. Well, 4 days. Yeah. Because he said I think he's doing like a part 1, part 2 as well. Because he's gonna do some more advanced shit later on. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't want to speak for Anthony. That's just what I heard. So.
Yeah, he's gonna do a more advanced one afterwards. Yeah. Yeah, and then the week after that, me and Joseph finish our course.
What any more questions going on here?
Let's see here. Sevax, good wine in Germany?
Yeah.
I mean, was there?
Dude, there is, man. Rieslings, man. That's what I drink out there. I love Rieslings with actually, man, funny story. So I was when I was doing the Demons and Wizards tour, I was out there for 4 months or so, basically living in Dusseldorf in between, and I got very well familiar with a lot of like the beer gardens out there.
Oh.
But I only drink wine. Right. So I'd go to the beer garden and they'd be like, "Hey, you want a beer?" And I'm like, "No, I want wine." And they're like, "Get the fuck out of here. Like, you're out of your mind."
Yeah.
And like, we clean the tables with this shit. You're actually going to drink it. And I would. Yeah. So then they started knowing me because I was, the fucking American dude that would drink white wine, and they all thought I was a weirdo.
That's hilarious. Oh, it was white wine. That's a little.
It was white wine. Yeah. It was Rieslings out there. So yeah, the Rieslings are really good, and I find that they pair. I mean, I would prefer a red wine when you're having like a big pork knuckle and all that kind of stuff. German food is delicious. I know I fucking love it.
Yeah, and, there's some good stuff there. Yeah.
Oh, there's great stuff, man. I love if someone could. What's the raw pork that's on the bread? It's at a beer garden.
Raw
pork put on it. Like to us Americans, we're like fucking trichinosis, but
I was about to say, yeah.
Dude, it's so fucking good. Yeah,
Trying to
shit,
die.
but yeah, stuff's great. I would try to go there and like really order a lot of like the authentic kind of like German beer garden staples and stuff, which
Right.
is the blood sausage over like the
Sure.
I forgot what it was. It was like an apple type of blood sausage over apple. I can't remember, with like, you know, sauerkraut and all that kind of shit. Go outside the norm,
Oh,
you
I
know.
know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. It's like yeah, I forgot what it's called, but I had that.
Yeah.
Yes.
My favorite of like all that German stuff is, I mean, Austrian food is fucking incredible.
Yeah, so the On the
Fantastic.
Strip was my first time to Austria,
Oh
and
yeah,
yeah,
Austria's beautiful, man.
dude, it was incredible. Yeah,
Did you go to Vienna?
yeah, I was in Vienna. Yeah, they I was invited by Lou at Microphones, and they took us to each night they took us to like an amazing restaurant. The first night they took us to like basically the best schnitzel on the planet.
Yeah, my favorite schnitzel I've ever had was also in Austria as well.
Yeah, yeah. So they took us to a place. It's like, and we sat. They sat us where what's the name of the one famous musician from Austria from like the 80s? We were talking about Falco. Is that his name?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like this is where Falco sat. This is like his favorite restaurant and all that. I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, schnitzel was amazing. And yeah, and then they took us to like this. They took us to this restaurant that the building was 1,000 years old. Right?
Wow.
It was like you go underground. This restaurant is kind of like underground, and the building is 1,000 years old. The restaurant's like 400 years old, something like that.
Yeah.
And that was incredible. I have no idea what I ordered. They ordered for me. It was awesome. And then I had like some dessert stuff too. Yeah, the food in Austria,
Just so
dude.
we know, for all our German fans out there, we know that fucking schnitzel is not the only thing you guys have. You guys have
Yes.
food
Yes.
on there.
Yeah. But it's pretty difficult for an American to get a schnitzel somewhere, right? So
Yeah, proper one. Hell yeah.
yeah. So yeah. So for us, when we're there, it's like, well, like we basically can't get a schnitzel anywhere.
It's also like the most classic like stereo, but it's good for good reason. I mean, yeah. Actually, when I was on tour, Luke Appleton slapped me with a schnitzel that we had one time, and it actually hurts because of.
Wow, that's hilarious.
Do you have any more questions, or can we end it there?
Actually, there's a few questions.
Sure, okay. More questions. We'll stay on.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool, Alex. Do you have from the Ashes asked? Do you have a favorite guitar brand, Jake?
Do I have a favorite guitar brand? Yes, well, basically everything I own is like, so this is a Fender. I love Fenders. I love Gibsons. I love, of course I use Jacksons and Witherfall. I have that custom Purple V, which is kind of a signature looking one. And then I have a few more of those. I have
7-string, right? That's a 7-string.
Two other 7-string. Actually, I could show that one off real quick. Sure. Yeah, 1 second. I'm gonna have to leave for a minute to go grab it. But then I love Ibanez's too, and like the Ibanez right there. That one actually is the guitar that I use for a lot of guitar solos on like basically every single Witherfall record.
Oh, nice.
Is an Ibanez UV77GR 91, the Steve Vai model. Hold on. So yes.
Thank you, Sven.
Anyone can see that.
Yeah, there you go.
Has a fantastic maple fretboard. I had one before when I was doing that group White Wizards record. It got stolen literally right from under my nose in Arizona, and it had an even better maple fretboard. Just shows you that every guitar does not sound the same, even though they were made at the exact same times. And that was a total fucking bummer when that got stolen. But I replaced it with this one again the same year, exact same guitar, but they're all different. But this one's still similar, and this is probably, I would say, at least 50%, if not a little bit more, of all the leads from Witherfall are cut on this guitar. And then here I'll grab the. So yes, I love Ibanez's. I love Gibson's.
You have some Charvels, don't you, as well?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I have a Charvel right behind me, right there as well. This is the
nice
purple one that everyone has seen. Has a Kaler on it, which is interesting.
Yes.
The activators, I think, and then it's very simple. But I love it. It rules. This is the Witherfall guitar. And then, bells. I have the one I was using with Iced Earth, and actually on our thing we just shot is the Guthrie Govan model, which is probably the most killer guitar I've ever played in my life. So
right.
That thing's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So partners out there, check out those. I mean, all those brands are like about as fucking basic as you can get. It's like the big four of fucking guitar brands. I don't have anything that's like boutique or any shit like that.
Have you ever like wanted to try any of the boutique stuff?
There's
a lot of cool stuff out there, man.
Well, actually, I wanted to. So there was the shop in LA. It was the Mesa Boogie store, and they had Sirs in there.
Yes.
And Sirs are great guitars, but I walked in there, and the fucking guys, though, the people that worked there were total fucking assholes. So I was like, fuck you guys.
That sounds like the Mesa store, yes.
Mesa store out there, fuck you.
Yeah. I think they're closed down, like they're gone now.
Good. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Good. Fuck those guys.
Yeah.
They're fucking pricks, dude. I was in there, that pissed me off. So that's another thing where I hate all those companies and shit, dude.
Dude, you know, Sir guitars are literally like 15 minutes away from where I live, right?
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, no, I'm not saying bad things about that. Their companies.
Oh no, I know. Yeah.
But those guys that were selling their products fuck them. Yeah. Any other questions?
Let's see here. Henrock Guitar says, what was the most difficult riff for you to record on Curse of Autumn?
Most difficult riff. Well, I had John Schaefer there producing it, so a lot of the rhythm stuff, believe it or not, like the lead stuff was actually kind of he was like, whatever, lead more than I do, so go ahead and do that.
Right.
So okay, if I were to do leads, I would say probably the one you just learned. Last Scar was very tough just because it's so precise, it's like the 16th notes. I think it's at 170.
Well, he said riff, so I don't know if a lead would be considered a riff.
Okay, well, for the lead, that's it. For the riffs, to get it tight and really well.
Dude, I remember when I was there, like John, like to my ears, I was like, John, this is perfect, and John's like, no, it's still not perfect. Like, dude, what are you hearing?
When we have Schaefer there on rhythm guitar, every fucking riff is a pain in the ass. So, but I remember one that I was so annoyed with was the I don't know if you can hear that, but the Tempest one, the 16th, those 16th notes on there, because he wanted them so precise. And like when you listen to like black metal records and shit, which is a lot that's kind of like based off of.
Yeah.
They're not perfect, but not saying it doesn't sound bad. That's like the sound, Yeah. But Schaefer was like, fuck that. I want this like super tight. And dude, I was about
ready. He wants an Iced Earth tight. He wants like what was that? No, what was that album? Crucible. Like every time I think about ridiculous rhythm guitar tightness, I think about that album.
Mm-hmm. No, Schaefer has told me that it was too tight. Like it almost made it sound unhuman, So he regrets.
Yeah. So I could definitely see that. Yeah.
But I'd say the hardest riff, which it really isn't, but to get it locked in. So yeah, Tempest is gonna get that. That was a fucking pain in the dick recording that. And the acoustic stuff too, like the actual, like the river intro, that fuck that sucked. That's record that, because you have, when you're doing with the acoustic stuff, everything counts. Like if your chair squeaks, you fuck up a take. If your splits, are going, if any part of that. So
or even just the dynamics. Oh, you messed up the dynamic on one note.
I was
like,
Yeah, recording acoustics is always a pain in the ass. I could break it down, man. Recording everything is a pain in the ass, but like,
Yeah.
definitely the river for acoustic stuff was very difficult. It's a pretty difficult passage too. I doubt anyone can hear that, but like,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff there, yeah, that was tough. So yeah, I'd say those win it. Great question.
Cool. All right, let's see what is next here. Eric says it's called mit. Very tasty. I guess the thing we were trying to remember the name of, the raw pork thing.
Oh, mitt. Yeah.
Mit.
Yeah, that stuff rules, man.
Oh, long form is, I'm not even gonna attempt to say this. Mit brotage. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry. I'm not even gonna try.
That sounds right though. Mitt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. What else? Freaking awesome. Sean says, "Did I hear Ice to Earth?" You probably did somewhere in there. In Jake's playing there. Sven says, "Yeah, man, Incorruptible is incredible." That rhymes.
Yeah, I actually just listened to that record.
Yeah. Sean says, "I love Ibanez, but once I got used to their thin necks, I can't play any more thick neck guitars."
Those necks are very, very thin. But that's kind of like, yeah, it's interesting. That's why I kind of recommend it if you can, like, just playing different ones. Why I have different guitars all around, just because it's like sometimes, like, if you're locked into one guitar, like I have one practice guitar, it's a Jackson Soloist 7-string.
Yeah.
And I've used it so much that it's like basically my favorite guitar, but to play, but it doesn't, not that it sounds that great, you know? So it's
right.
like you can use it in a live, or certainly not a studio. So yeah, playing just different guitars is another great way, because you're gonna have to adjust. Like this neck on this Strat is way more rounded than this Ibanez. So yeah, they're thin necks. Also, but my Jackson neck, the one on my KV7, is very similar profile to the Ibanez. So
right. When you record rhythms, do you have a special, like a specific, like a special guitar for that versus?
Dude,
like,
yeah, we use baritones for the rhythms. We actually use tuned baritones, tuned down.
What are your strings gauges?
Oh fuck, I don't know, man. I don't know for the baritones on there.
So I assume the reason why was that something that Schaefer he wanted to do.
We first started experimenting around with baritones on Curse of Autumn. We were using it. We actually had a killer one that JJ, the guy that.
Oh, you mean no, you mean yeah.
Yeah, we were using. We had this killer. It was a Telecaster, a baritone Telecaster, which
I don't think I've ever seen that.
No, it was the first one I ever saw it, and it sounded fucking really cool. And what was awesome about it too, it was a great guitar to double stuff with, because it sat so differently in the mix, you know?
Yeah, of course.
So, it was like the way that it sat so differently, and it was great for like tracking like clean stuff, especially if you were in a 7-string. So. Yeah, we used so that was the first time we used baritone, and then we would do a lot of the doubling tracks too, because Schaefer wanted it 2 tracks each, so it was 4 track rhythm guitars.
You quad track?
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
Damn, man. It's already ridiculously hard to get like Schaefer levels of tightness with just double tracking.
Yeah,
I didn't realize he made you a quad track. That's
yeah, he used to like 8-track his shit. It used to be 16 fucking tracks.
Oh yeah, no, I remember he was when I was there, he was saying there was one song on Crucible where he did 16 on each side.
Yeah.
Like what?
This is fucking ridiculous, man. But
yeah.
So
but yeah, so other than baritone, do you have your action a little higher on the guitar that you do rhythms on?
Well, on the rhythms too, I do change string gauge. I go up.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great because you have some really tight string tension there, especially with it being a baritone and with the string gauge going up.
Yeah.
That's gonna make it a really nice, solid, tight tone.
Yeah. When I do rhythms, I'm at a 2.5 step, at least for Curse of Autumn, at 11s, and then when I do leads, though, I still do stick with 9s. I like the way that the 9s feel. You can also just get those super wide bends and shit.
Yeah.
And whatever people say, like that's basically what the string gauge is, like whatever you're comfortable at too.
Yeah,
like,
of course. Yeah.
Like the
I mean, with leads, you don't need, to be honest, with leads, you really don't need extended scale length or higher gauge strings as much. It's really the rhythms where that is more valuable. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's gonna sound heavier too.
Yeah.
And tighter. So that's where that comes in.
Yeah. No, that's cool. We have some new questions and comments. Let's see here. Moto Boy, Habib, I don't know, just Moto Boy. The Other Side of Fear is freaking awesome. My favorite song. Oh, dude.
Oh yeah.
Thanks.
We'll be playing that one live. It's going to be an interesting one to figure out.
Yeah.
Because actually, Other Side of Fear. Here, I'm assuming there's a pretty good amount of guitar players that are watching, so they'll probably get.
It would seem so.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so like Other Side of Fear is actually, if you pick up this book, shameless plug, Curse of Autumn, you'll see that there are.
That's the our guitar tab book. It's awesome. You should.
So it's like. So it's like it's done. Of course, that's not a tempo. Something like that, but we actually doubled it. So when we were doing that, we were tracking it. It wasn't coming out in the mix just because it's so low down there. It's like it sounds like fucking mud,
Yeah.
So we moved it. We did it up an octave and then doubled it, so it has this crazy type of sound.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think that was a great choice. It sounds awesome.
Yeah, so when you do that and you have this going on top of it. Etc.
Yeah. Which one are you playing live? Which one are you going to be playing?
I'm going to do it heavy, man. I'm going to see how it's going to sound, just so it gives it just more of a bombastic approach to it. We're going to audition it in rehearsal and see how it sounds. But
yeah, of course,
Yeah, I think if it's like that, it'd be kind of cool. But anyways, that's kind of the secret there. That was also something that Queen would do a lot, So probably why your buddy has to join that, because you can't.
Right.
Once you tapping that shit out,
Yeah, exactly.
You have to have 2 guitar players. It's impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other Side of Fear.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's see here. That Fender have scallop neck? Yes, it does. I was just asking Jake about that earlier.
It's I don't know if you can see it on there, but yeah, that's again, I don't know what year these original Yngwie custom shops came out of, but they play cool, man, and they fucking sound like Yngwie, man. Like they have that tone.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's see here. Sean Wookie says, only baritone I remember back in the day was a longhorn guitar that looked like the bass but sounded so sweet.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm not familiar with that.
I don't know either, but I do know that baritones, like, I think like James Hetfield made a lot of that shit popular, like, because he did Sabbath True on a baritone.
Right. Yeah, he did.
Kind of like opened the door for all the heavy.
Yeah. I guess you're right. That might be the first instance of baritone that I could think of that I would have.
Don't quote us on that, but that's
right.
Yeah, and but yeah, it's if you're using down tuned stuff and you can do it, the baritone is the secret, I think, for a lot of it. Except we were using a Les Paul baritone on Curse of Autumn, and we had quite a bit of tuning issues that we were dealing with.
Oh, really? Tuning issues with Les Paul.
I mean, that's what makes
I was about to say.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, go figure. Les Paul's rolled though. I have a shit ton of them around here.
Yeah. Apparently, they've gotten better with that problem recently, but
not this one.
Yeah. B. Watson says, "This is rad. Thanks for doing this." Well, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for being on here, man.
Sean says the noise suppressing is muting your guitar on the stream. Well, no, yeah, not much we could do about that, but yeah.
We'll try to get our operation better.
Yeah. Motorboy says, "How was the composition process of the albums and riffs? I love the riffs. Remind me so much of Nevermore and Symphony X." Well, yeah, I mean, Jake's a fan of both of those bands.
Yeah, I mean, usually like a lot of the time, like Joseph and I write the songs, and so I'll have like a riff idea that I'll come up with, and yeah, it'll be like, I mean, shit, I can't deny I've listened to a ton of Symphony X and Nevermore, so I'm sure that kind of seeps in. Also, a lot of my influences too are a lot of their influences, so it's like that's how, you know, if you're like, oh, I listen to that shit, it's going to end up coming, it's going to come out and probably sounding similar. So, but yeah, I love those bands. So it comes down to that. Just take a riff to Joseph, and then if he's inspired by it, you know, that's the one thing too. If he's not, then there's not going to really be a song in place. So this archived riff. Right. But when there is, yeah, we'll take that, and then we'll do you know, we'll just make a song, and sometimes it the path just goes in different directions. It's all this really, it's not like I have the whole entire thing written. I'm like, hey, put some vocals to this shit. It's like, hey, that's cool. Okay. He has an idea, and I'm like, okay, we can go here. Or sometimes like in case of like The Last Scar, like I'm not going to play it because it's going to sound like shit on here. But yeah, like when it's like I've had like 3 or 4 riffs that just pop out, and they're like, okay, it's all part of the song, and they happen to work. So it's just different every time. But yeah, why it sounds like Symphony X and Nevermore rule. So they're huge influences.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, they're both also some of my favorite bands, big influences on myself as well. Let's see here. Witherfall fan page Brazil asks, can you show the pics? I guess he sent you some pics.
Yeah, do I have them? Let's see. Yeah, I have the pics right here. Here are the Curse of Autumn pics. Ooh. Made by Witherfall fan page Brazil. I don't know if you can see that on here.
You can kind of see it, yeah.
Back, this one's got my mug on it with my.
Oh, look at that! Yeah.
It's cool, man. They're cool pics too, man. I like using them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I got a whole trinket here of them. Thanks to you.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Awesome. Cool. Sean says, "Just call me Wookie. I had to look it up." Okay, I had to look it up. The Dana Electro Longhorn baritone.
Oh, Dana Electro. Yeah, those were the ones that were like, yeah, I know exactly what he's talking about. They're like actually, we might have used one of those on Prelude, actually. Well, I don't know if it was from that year, but we had a Dana Electro there, the original baritones ones.
Oh,
they're
wow.
Crazy looking, you know? So, yeah, cool. Yeah, we definitely might have used that. I just remember we had a lot of guitars that we used on Prelude. So, and one of those was what might have been it. I know we had one of those in the studio, whether it was a 6-string or a baritone. I can't remember, but I know we used, like I said, the Fender Telecaster, and then also one of the engineers also had an Ibanez baritone, kind of like a 7-string baritone on there. It's fucking wild, but so but yeah, the Dana Electro, we might have used that. I think we did too. I think he actually had one, which was cool.
He says that they make a bass and a guitar in that model.
Yeah. Cool.
That's all the questions. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the questions. That was fun.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah. So we'll be back again with it, and yeah, I'll try to fix the sound so it doesn't mute.
Yeah, there's probably some setting or something in there you have to find.
Yeah, fuck knows, dude. It happens whenever I give lessons and shit too. So. All right, guys. All right. Later, man. Later, Alex.
Yep. Later, guys.